to the Tip starts now. Hello again, everyone. I'm Misty Jones, and joining me in just a moment for another broadcast of Senator Basketball here on Salem's 1220 will be my sidekick and my broadcast partner, Senator Football's own Mark Gibson. Well, last night provided a second straight etch-a-sketch moment for Coach Sullivan and the Senators after a great start in the first 8 minutes of play where they found themselves up 19-10 after that first quarter. The wheels came flying off as the Cougars turned up the intensity on the dial and a sense of urgency and blistered the Senators with a 27-4 rout in the second quarter. And from there, the Senators just were never really able to recover and were sent home to Campbellsburg with a disappointing 22 loss at 70-48. Oddly enough, unlike the game at Mitchell last week that saw a lot of turnovers and poor free throw shooting, which has been characteristic in some of our games, despite wins, in fact, where we've struggled with those two areas. Last night, not the case. Last night, only 8 turnovers in the loss, 22-point loss on the road. You think, well, maybe a team turns the ball over quite a bit. That just wasn't the case, and they did shoot 70% from the line. But in referring back to that etch-a-sketch illustration, the Senators definitely need to shake that loss and erase it from their short-term memory as soon as possible. And as I welcome in my colleague and broadcast partner, Coach Gibson, to the broadcast, we knew this weekend was going to be a great test for the Senators. We knew it was going to be 2 quality opponents to get them kind of in that postseason vibe a little bit and see how they handle 2 tough opponents on back-to-back nights, 2 very good, strong, athletic, long teams. Coach Sullivan mentioned, though, last night in the post game, rather, that he was looking for leaders to lead and getting more out of his captains in terms of leadership. As a coach, what's he referring to?
Well, I'm sure coach is looking for someone, when things are going tough, going rough or spiraling out of control. He's looking for a guy who can step up and make an impact play, or be an impact. That could be vocally as well, or making a big bucket, getting a defensive stop. You've got to have somebody when those things are happening to step up and get your guys to relax. And like I said, it's one of the trickiest things about coaching, in my opinion, and both of us have coached for a long time, is trying to find that leader, because there isn't always a natural leader on your team. There isn't always that guy who steps up and can calm a team down, because there's always guys that work hard, and then there is some guys that are vocal, but they're not necessarily the guys that other guys on the team look to. You know what I mean? That's why I always thought when you hear a college coach or a pro coach or something say, this guy is a great leader. Some people kind of push that to the side or ignore it, but to me, that's one of the greatest compliments a guy can get, because it's hard to find leaders. Even as experienced as our group is in football and basketball, I'm not real sure there's a natural leader on that team. They're just so used to playing together, and as a unit, there isn't that one guy. But coach is hoping to find one, going through this tough stretch of schedule and tournament time. He's hoping 1 or 2 of these guys will step up and be that guy. But when things are rough, like last night, he can get things turned around or calmed down.
Well, as we count down to the tip, both teams have come back out on the floor. We apologize for getting on late and not bringing you Coach Sullivan's conversation with me from earlier today, talking about last night's loss on the road and previewing what's to come with this Loogootee team. But again, we apologize for that. But before we go to a break for the national anthem, we do want to mention our sponsors that make this and every broadcast of Senator Basketball possible. Eddie Gilstrap Motors bringing you our pregame show all season long. McDonald's will bring you the halftime report. And Ace Hardware of Salem bringing you the Senator post-game show, as well as Papa John's, Meadowview Healthcare, Rodney Bruff Insurance Agency, America Flea Market, Ernst Berger Orthodontics, and also El Camino Restaurant. Quickly, our keys to victory tonight. Number 1, maintain energy. We had it for the first 8 minutes, a great first quarter, a 19-10 lead, and it vanished. Got to have 32 minutes of energy. Secondly, got to be able to close gaps. We've stunk at that the last 2 games, and it's hurt us on drive and kick or drive and dumps. So we got to be able to keep guys in front of us. And then third and finally, I think defensive communication, because I didn't feel like after that first quarter we had any communication on guys either on switches or on assignments whenever a ball goes up, finding guys, yelling shot, no matter what it is, got to have that communication on the defensive end, something we haven't had the last 2 ball games. And those are our keys to victory, brought to you by Eddie Gilstrap Motors, just south of the square in Salem. And Gilstrap Motors carries a full line of Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram products. Be sure to stop in and check out their showroom and lot at 207 South Main Street in Salem, or give them a call at 812-883-3481. As we wind down, Coach, should be an interesting matchup. And I asked Coach about this. It'll be a test of maybe what kind of grit we have.
And we want to see more than what we saw last night. Obviously, these guys just took down Bar.
Court inside the friendly confines as we bring you coverage of tonight's matchup between the Senators and the Lions of Loogootee. Loogootee coming in with a 13-3 record. Again, they took down White River Valley last night, 52-42. They're 5-0. Members of the Blue Chip Conference will meet the starting lineups first for the Lions, and Coach Ryan Haywood in his first season at Loogootee, owning a 13-3 mark. He's 180 wins to 201 losses overall in his 15th season. His team averages 56.5 points per game and gives up nearly 44. They'll start a three-guard set. Number 12, Jordan Wildman, a 5'9 junior. I'm sure you'll hear his name quite a bit. He averages 15 points per game and 4 boards and 2 assists in the backcourt for the Lions. He's joined by number 22, Landon Harder, a 6'2 senior at 5 points, 4 rebounds per game. And number 30, the other guard in the set, Luke Nante, 5'10", and a sophomore. Nante averages just 2 points per game, but controls the rock for the Lions. 33, Peyton Bledsoe's a 6'3 freshman. He starts in the front court at 10 points per game and 3 boards, and he's joined by the 6'6 junior, 21, Silas Bauer. He's a handful, but we got him in foul trouble early last year in the matchup at Loogootee. He averages 14 and 8 for Coach Haywood and the Lions. Coach Clayton Sullivan in his second season at the helm owns a 20-19 record overall for his 10-3 Senators this year. They've dropped now 2 in a row and are 2-2 in the Patoka Lake. Number 11, Holden Bousman, starts at the point, 6'2 and a junior. He averages nearly 17 points and 6 boards per game, also dishing out 6 dimes per contest as well. Number 12, Parker Green, starts in the backcourt with him, 6'1 and a junior. Parker averages 9 points and 3 rebounds. Number 3, Harrison Sanford, starts at the point forward. The small forward is 6'3 and a senior, averaging 6 points and 4.8 boards per game. He's joined by Chase Farmer on the other block, 6'2 and a senior, at 1.5 points and 4 boards per contest. And in the middle is Jake, the big dog, Strange, 6'5 and a junior. Jake averages 14.5 points and 5 boards per contest. Also has 1.5 blocks per game. Tonight's Indiana High School Athletic Association officials are Eric Furnish, Reggie Riley, and Frank Lewis. Senators in the home white threads for 3 straight games now. Those Under Armour unis trimmed in red and blue. Blue letters and numerals trimmed in red. Loogootee in the black visiting threads with the gold letters and numerals and gold stripe down the side trimmed in white. And it'll be Bauer at center court to jump it up with Jake Strange, 6'5" and 6'6", skying for this opening possession. And Bauer controls the tip for Loogootee, and away we go. Misty Jones alongside of Mark Gibson on the call here tonight on the 1220 AM dial, or if you're joining us online through YouTube on the live stream. Kick ball as Jake punts one away from Bauer. 15 seconds in. Senators moving at home as always on your 1220 AM dial from left to right.
And again, that's even talking to Coach Sullivan before the game, I was wondering, we struggled so much with the high-low or the big-to-big passes last night. If we'd see it, they tried it right there. Jake got a foot in the passing lane.
Might want to mention our JV fell to 4-10 tonight with a loss after tough night last night as well. So they pick up wins over Medora and at Mitchell, but then they've lost 2 in a row as well, again dropping them to 4-10 on the year. They'll lob it into Bauer, and they'll kick it back out. Around the horn it goes. Deep three out top, off the mark, no good for Jordan Wildman, and a rebounding foul underneath. This one will go on Landon Harder. That will be team foul number 1 of the night for the Lions, and our first of the game.
They tried to lob there like we saw a lot last night, but they were so deep he couldn't do anything with it. So good job on possession 1 defensively.
Harrison feeds it in a high post. The Farmer had it poked away. Tries to give it to Holden and does on the little dribble handoff. Minute gone by in this one, and we are scoreless. Senators enjoying their first offensive possession of the night. Jake, far corner, left side, kicks it out. Parker being handled out top. Will give it back to Holden now, and he'll reset it between the circles. Right side to Harrison. He'll look at a cutter across the baseline, and that's Parker. Couldn't get it to him. Harrison drives, spins, and drugs the pivot foot. Turnover number 1 of the night for the Senators.
That's another one. I think he should have just went right up with it. You're 8 feet away. He's looking for a pass. You're in the middle of the lane. Go up with it.
You either do that or you come to a strong jump stop. See if you can get him to bite on a pump fake at least. Bauer has it out top. He'll feed on the low block to Bledsoe, the 6'3" freshman. He loses the handle. Turnover number 1 for the Lions. Not going to call that a shot attempt. He just simply lost it as he started up, as Parker was able to wall. Just over a minute and a half gone by here in the first. Dribble handoff like we saw on the right wing. A lot of it last night against a bigger North Harrison club. Underneath, they'll feed Harrison. He goes off the window. Couldn't get the finish. Nearly got trampled in the process by Bauer. He'll hustle back in transition. And they tried to feed to Harder, and he lost the handle out of bounds. Turnover number 2 for the Lions, and both coaches at a loss for words and a little frustrated here with early possessions.
Yeah, offensively, it hasn't, there's, we just missed a bunny there, but, that's going to happen. Hopefully it's not a trend that we see, but, offensively for Loogootee, it's been a little bit of a struggle bus right now. Jake tried to find Jake down low, and Bauer kicks it, so a couple soccer kicks so far in this first couple minutes.
Jake doing his best Pele impersonation. 5:52 to go first quarter. Send it in the corner to Holden. Out to Harrison. Back to Parker. Gets a screen from Holden. Couldn't get the quick release though. 5:45 and counting.
Dropped
in this
into
opening
a
quarter.
2-3 here.
The 2-3 matchup. They'll close the gap quick. Holden gets a shot off and got the teardrop to fall. So the birthday boy is on the board. Happy birthday to point guard Holden Bousman. Got the first 2 of the night. Hopefully the first of many to come. He had 24 last night to lead the Senators in the loss at Ramsey. Have our first foul of the night on West Washington, and that'll go on Chase Farmer. Chase and Strange, as Jake Strange battled some foul trouble last night in the first half. It kind of cost us in that very disastrous second quarter of play. Loogootee to the free throw line. Landon Harder, who's had a rough start here to the line, the 6'2" senior on the year, just 3 of 6, 50% shooter. Clanked the first one off the front iron, and that one rattles around and home. So give Harder 1 of 2. And Loogootee draws within 1. Holden with the dribble out top. He'll try to feed baseline. Had it stolen away. That's another one where I think you take advantage of the gap and you just go. Quick 3. Off the break, would not fall for Bledsoe, so the young big man tries to step out and show range. 3 minutes into this first quarter, Senators with a 2-1 edge. Nice give to Harrison. I think he just goes there again. Passed up an opportunity. Holden being hounded down low. Tries to pass out of a triple team. Could not. Turnover number 3. And to the other end. Wildman stops, pops, and the little jumper will go just inside the free throw line. And Loogootee has their first lead of the night at 3-2 with 4:37 and counting to go here in the first quarter. Parker has it out front. These guys are physical and aggressive, Coach. Quick three from the corner. Would not go for Holden. Ball tipped away by Harrison, and it'll come back to the other end with Loogootee. Again, this is the Loogootee team that knocked off Bar Reeve up at Jack Butcher Arena 2 weeks ago, so this would be a great statement game if the Senators can pull this one off tonight.
Right, and so far I've seen these guys, you can tell that they're a very disciplined defensive ball club.
Nice kick out, Bauer. Able to find a cutter coming from the opposite side, and that was Luke Nante, who chips in his first 2 of the night. He averages just 2 a game, so we'll see if we can hold him to that average. Halfway home in this first quarter.
That was still a good shot. He tried to drive. We cut him off. He kind of had a leaning 10-footer. We'll probably give him that one all night.
Turnover for the Senators again, and it's going to result in a coast-to-coast layup. So Nante with 2 quick baskets. It's a 7-2 advantage. Largest lead of the night thus far for the Lions at 5. It's a 7-0 run, and it's a timeout for Coach Sullivan, a 30-second timeout.
They're disciplined defensively. They're getting into our passing lanes. We can't have little soft, passes out there out front by the half-court line because that's just what happened. Parker kind of a lazy, lackadaisical pass, and they're gonna steal those 3 out of 4 times, and easy layup. So 7-2, we need to stop the bleeding here.
Coach Sullivan and I had a conversation about that within our pregame conversation. Again, we apologize for not being able to bring that to you, but he just talked about guys constantly wanting to stare down a pass, and whenever you got a good team that's sound and fundamentally speaking good with their feet and hands on the defensive end, you can't telegraph passes.
Yeah, that's the Jameis Winston effect. For those who don't follow Tampa Bay, that's how I feel every time he throws a pass.
Oh boy, Jake steps out for a long 17-footer above the elbow, left side. It would not go. Rebound pulled down by Jordan Wildman, and Loogootee on the run again, enjoying a 7-0 run here to claim a 5-point lead early. 3:16 and counting. Pull-up jumper rattles home.
Wildman had a big game against us last year.
Wildman's got 4 already. 3 minutes to go in the first. It's a 9-0 run now for the Lions.
Again, who's going to stop the streak? Who's, like I said, this is when coach needs that leader to step up. Somebody needs to make an impact.
Harrison controls it out top, gets into the paint. There's that little runner. Couldn't get it to go, but I like the aggression. That's what he should have done the first time. Chase gets the rebound and then just wildly throws it out, or tries to, rather, to Jake. Nobody was home, and then we stood and watched as Nante almost saved it into a teammate.
2:44 to go. Need a bucket. Sometimes we get those quarters where we only score 3 or 4 points. It makes it so tough.
Holden drives baseline, dumps it off to the big dog. Shot would not go. Tough turnaround jumper in traffic. The Lions will look to push, communicating down the floor. Wildman trying to direct traffic without the ball. Carter has it out front, gives it up now to Nante. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter, 9-2. Loogootee on a nice little run here after the Senators get the first 2 of the night from Holden Bousman. Bauer controls left block, kicks it out to Wildman. He'll drive, rises, fires over Holden, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Chase will do it right off of the leg or upper knee area of Wildman. It's a good hustle by Chase. Minute 57 to go, and there'll be a substitution. If we have another dead ball before the end of the quarter, it'll be the twin, Jalen Wildman, who checks in. Senators controlling in the half court, looking for something to go offensively after scoring the first bucket of the night. Holden controls out top. He'll look for a high screen from Jake. Gets one, gives it to the big man on the pick and pop. He'll now spin into the paint. Wild shot would not go against Bauer. Harrison fights for the rebound. Pump fake, back up and in off the window for his first 2. That ends a 9-0 run.
Good job by Jake. Get a piece of that one and knock it out of bounds. Loogootee gets down the court quickly.
Seeing double here. We'll trade Wildman for Wildman. Jordan Wildman will have a seat. And the brother Jalen will come in. Looks like we might have a 1-4 low set, depending on what Luke Nante does after he gets the shoelaces tied. Minute 20 to play here.
And 9-4, that's not awful. Like I said, as we missed 5 shots in a row,
Coach,
we could have been a lot worse.
I was about to send you out there to tie Nante's shoe. Didn't think he was going to get it done.
Velcro's a lot easier.
Nice.
Parker
fights through the handoff out front. He's on the freshman Bledsoe, who gets it back out top. 68 seconds and counting. Another handoff out top. Nante shifting with the ball. Send it over now to the freshman Bledsoe. And Parker, back turn. You got to see ball and man. If Parker would have had his head on a swivel, he'd have come up with a steal there.
Poked it away.
Parker fights through another screen out top. Loogootee burning clock, and now Coach Haywood says, clock, let's try to go for one here. Basically, it's a 5-out pass and slash. This is a little bit of Michael Miller action for you if you follow the Lanesville Eagles. They'll spread the floor and look for 1 half minute to go here in this opening quarter. 9-4, Loogootee in front. A lot of movement. Sure we don't get hypnotized by all this movement and these cutters to the paint and fall asleep.
Somebody falls asleep, they get an easy back cut layup.
Haywood doing his best to conduct this orchestra of players running through the paint. We'll skip a long pass cross court, a dangerous pass. Harrison, again, Coach, I think if you have your head on a swivel, hand closest to the ball, he's athletic enough to get up and tip that away. He never saw the pass coming until it was too late.
Until it was too late. That's what I was going to say. And then he puts the wrong hand up. But, like you said, you say ball or hand closest to the ball, I always think of football, upfield hand.
Yeah. Underneath, nice feed down low to Wildman. And then a basket and no signal. They're going to talk about it now. Is that harder on the backside?
Yes.
No basket. And Haywood's going to pitch a fit now.
I think it's a good call. I think it's a pretty good call.
And Wildman now, a little red in the face. Reggie Riley comes over to discuss it with him. And he
I thought the light was on.
You know, you've had a good first quarter. It's 9-4. You're on the road. How about just be quiet and get in the huddle? Because I'm going to guess if we're close enough with them at the end, that 2 points isn't going to matter. It's whatever they've done in the process. And now he's into his guys and taking out his frustration on his players.
Coach Lou last night from North Arizona.
The psychology of coaching. Huh. Everybody ought to be forced to take a class. Tell you what, deep enough into this quarter break now, watching the antics of Coach Haywood. We'll just take 10 seconds for station identification and we'll be ready for the second quarter.
When you're listening to IU Sports, you need to be locked in on WSLM 97.9 FM, your home for IU Sports.
Interesting. First quarter, Senators kind of bookend it. They start with the first basket on the night from Holden. Then it's a 9-0 run for the Lions before Harrison gets a basket on a nice hustle play underneath. Loogootee had a shot on a putback attempt at the buzzer that was waved off. Coach Haywood loses his mind and then takes it out on his players as soon as he gets done chewing on his officiating crew. Nonetheless, the Senators will start the second quarter with the rock. And a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. Low scoring affair here early. Little 1-4 high set. The screen on the slip for Jake. They get him down low. Bauer got a piece of the ball, maybe a piece of the forearm, but no whistle. And then a double dribble coming back the other way. So turnover number 3 for the Lions.
On that last
turned it over 4 times in the first.
Instead of putting the ball on the ground, he should have just went straight up with it, right?
Yeah.
It says he had Bauer beat, but that one dribble that he took allowed Bauer to catch up and another guy to come underneath.
Coach Haywood, somebody's going to have to get him some blood pressure medicine. He about popped a vein whenever the freshman Bledsoe came out. Substitution as both Wildman brothers are in. They feed down low to Jake again. Spins, couldn't get the baby hook, but a foul this time. will be team foul number 2 on the Lions. And now Jordan Wildman will be actually pegged for the personal instead of Bauer underneath, and the fans to our right a little anxious from the Loogootee area. Half minute into this second quarter. I think he's more upset, though, at Bauer letting Jake catch so deep, Coach.
Right, yeah, he had a good position. He kind of got caught in between on the baseline. Holden had it whether to trap Holden, and he caught in between, and obviously Holden's going to find him.
Jake gets 1 of 2, missed the first on the year. Jake, a 61% shooter, come in 49 of 80 on the year from the stripe. 7:24 and counting, second quarter, 9-5. Senators down by 4. Wildman on the wing. Gives it back to Jordan Wildman, who drives in, out of control. And now the Senator fans will give some boo birds from this end of the floor, and Coach Sullivan will question Reggie Riley as well.
It's kind of a late call. I couldn't see it, but you don't help your cause when it's that late. But maybe he has a, what was that one official says he has at Midori, he has a patient whistle, is what the one guy says.
Jake picks up his first foul of the night, team foul number 3.
Missed the first.
Jordan Wildman on the year, 55 of 75, entering tonight for 73%. Missed the first and the second. Senators catch a break there on the foul. Nearly a minute gone by here in the second quarter.
That was basketball karma, because I wasn't real sure there was a foul to begin with.
Feed again to Jake, and then the late whistle, but probably the right whistle.
It was definitely on Bauer, I think.
And this one will be on Bauer for the reach over the top. Team foul number 3 for the Lions. And Nante's going to check out. Bledsoe back in. Bauer's going to check out. And Nathaniel Hart will check in. Hart, a 6'1 senior, averaging 3.5 per game, and a board as well per contest. Deep 3 for Holden. Left wing would not go. Pretty good look, though. Over a minute gone by here in the second quarter. 9-5. Senators trailing it by 4. Carter out front. Kicks it corner to Wildman. His 3 on the way is long. Rebound off the hand of Harrison, home alone on the backside. They couldn't wrangle it in. Awkward spot to inbound the ball right at the end of our line of cheerleaders.
3-pointer long rebound and just kind of too long for Parker to corral.
Jalen Wildman controls out front. Gives it off to Hart. Fresh into the ball game. He'll look to cut her through the paint. Carter reverses it around now to Wildman on the right wing. Jordan and Jalen both on the floor right now for Loogootee. It'll be Jalen for a deep 3 out top. It wouldn't go. Harder with the rebound, and then he loses the handle. And a steal for Sanford, finding Leaky out down the sideline, so to speak. Nice little toss ahead to Holden, who finishes on the layup. Just like that, it's 9-7. Senators cut it to 2. 2 minutes into this second period. Jake with a partial front, and then a 5-second count. Turnover number 5 for the Lions. And another substitution as Dante will come back in. And he's going to spell Jordan Wildman, who might get a taste of what the freshman Bledsoe got a while ago.
Yeah, we get just one possession now, 6 to go in the second. Kind of fought back, low-scoring game.
Little staggered screen out top for Harrison. They'll try to go off the dribble against Jalen Wildman. Couldn't get anything, so they'll go to Parker. Flex cut. Farmer catches on the baseline. Lost the handle for a moment. Throws it back out top. And Coach Sullivan says, let's go again. 5:40 and counting. Nowhere to go. Holden picked up the dribble. Gives it off to Harrison now on the right wing. Looks at the cutter through the paint. Now back to Holden. Splits 2 guys. Nice dump off to Jake. Counted it, 1. Great feed, great vision for Holden off of the cut. Got the ball and then threw it over the top to the big dog on the other side of the paint. Jake's got 3. He'll look for 4 on an old-fashioned 3-point play. And just like that, Coach, tied up at 9 apiece. Our first tie since we started the ball game.
I was just getting ready to say, I wish we're just kind of passing around, you know, the perimeter. Not a whole lot of movement like you were talking last night. And finally, Holden, hard cut down through the paint, and then he finds Jake.
And Jake couldn't finish the old-fashioned three-point play, but a couple of Senator baskets here have them right back to even at 9 apiece. 5 minutes to play and some change. Quick three, though, at the other end by Jalen Wildman. His first points off the bench. First triple of the night for either ball club. Loogootee back out in front by 3. Holden looking in the post. They've got Jake down low, working against Bauer. Takes it strong, hasn't blocked though. And now Senators will have to retreat to the other end defensively. Nante wanted to swing it, didn't. Now he does to Hart. Far side over to the freshman Bledsoe. Bauer will step out to get it. They'll feed Hart down low, and then he has his shot partially blocked. Got his own rebound. Nice reverse. Couldn't get that to go. Bauer tried to tip it, or no, Hart tried his own tip in. I don't know if it actually may have been the freshman Parker for 3 in the meanwhile. That one's short. Rebound fought for. Holden with it. Turnaround fadeaway jumper will go in the paint. 6 for Holden, and it's 12 to 11. Senators blue collar battle right now.
That's one of the keys on the scouting report Coach gave us. It's a battle on the offensive boards.
Senators down 1, but they lose Bauer. And Jake gives up an easy one. Silas Bauer with his first 2 of the night. Make it 14 to 11. Just over halfway home here in this second frame. Holden stops, pops, has room. Couldn't get the 3, left it a little long. Coach Sullivan rubs the back of the head as his boys retreat again to the defensive end. Nante looks in the post. Hart trying to post against Farmer. Did you get who that was on the tip attempt?
What's that?
On the tip attempt,
traveled.
the last possession. They had a couple of shots, the reverse was missed. Did you finally find somebody to give the tip that was missed before we finally wrangled it in?
I don't even know. I got their offensive rebound.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Hart was the one that missed the shot, got it back, missed the reverse.
Again.
I think maybe Bledsoe was the one that had the tip. He's the one that comes up with the steal here. Feeds it to Jalen Wildman. He stops, gives it off to Hart. Now down low to Bauer, and Bauer has his shot blocked or altered by Jake. 14 to 11. Senators still down 3. Parker with it out top. Off to Harrison. They'll look at a cutter baseline. That's Holden. He'll come off a screen and get it in the corner. Drives, rises, fires, and couldn't get that one to go as Bauer pulls the board. Senators are getting looks. They just can't get shots to fall.
Can't get them to fall. Making some hay on the defensive end so far. They're really making Loogootee work, though.
The question is, can we sustain the energy? Deep 3. Jalen Wildman again. Dead eye. It's his second here in the quarter. 6 quick ones for him, and it's 17 to 11. Largest lead of the half so far, and Jake with another one as he bangs it home off the window. Wild hook shot. Basket's good, and that one's going to go on Bauer, so he's got 2, Coach. We got him in foul trouble last year, and here's 2, and he's going to check out, and I bet Connor Hedrick comes in for him, and he will.
Yeah, we
Hedrick,
held
a
him.
5'9" senior at 1 point per game, checks in, and Bauer checks out.
To 8, I think, last year.
Yeah, Bauer never did.
Hedrick.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And Jake couldn't get the and one opportunity. He's had 2 of those and couldn't finish at the free throw line on either occasion. 17-13, Senators down 4. 2-minute warning here before the half. Low scoring battle here, and the Senators showing that grit we talked about in our pregame. Hedrick with it out top. Gives it off to Bledsoe, drives, spins, turns, nowhere to go. Hedrick sends it over in the corner now to Nante. He'll get out of trouble. 1:45 and counting. Lions reset it. Looking through the offense again. Hedrick sends it over now on the wing to Wildman. Down low. Shot blocked from behind. Hart missed on the putback attempt, and then Jake falls to the floor, and it's whistled for the travel as he rolled over. Again, the Senators finding a way to challenge shots at the rim, but how long can we sustain that energy?
They're struggling to keep Hart off the board. That's already 5 rebounds this quarter for him since he came in.
And Hart's just a 6'1" senior, but he's putting Jake to the test here. He's got his first basket of the night. It's 19-13, back to a 6-point lead for the Lions. 75 seconds to play. Harrison drives baseline, goes strong off the window for 2. Harrison's got his second basket, 19-15.
That's the way we like to see Harrison play. Don't worry about looking for the good pass, the great pass.
And there's Hart again, had his shot blocked by Jake. Chase comes up with the rebound, and Coach Haywood about to lose it again. This guy got to take a chill pill. 45 seconds to go. Holden comes back to help Parker out top. He'll control it at midcourt. See if the Senators are able to hold for one, because we've got the arrow again. We keep saying
get
this.
The double dip.
Keep finding ourselves in these Bill Belichick situations. See if we can get the double possession to end the half and start the second.
Though.
Harrison right into the paint, kicks it out to Farmer. Now back out
to
Holden and Parker. Around. Really need a big basket here to go into the break. We get hands off out front. Harrison finding Holden, who finds Jake. Off the window for 2 more. Got to hustle back. 5 seconds, 19-17. Hedrick with it. Goes with the crossover and rises up and misses the shot. Off the mark, no good. And the Lions get a taste of some Southern hospitality. Senators doing some work on the glass and doing some work at the rim, challenging shots. And while they trail at the half, it's just a 2-point game at 19-17. Step aside, hear a word from a couple of sponsors, and we will come back with our Senator halftime report right after this.
At American Family Insurance, we know your life has many moving parts, from your 4 wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family. We'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For details, contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency, Incorporated. Call 812-277-1400 or stop by 1528 L Street in Bedford today.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup. And the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Come inside the friendly confines where it is Harrison, Chase, and Jake with 1 foul apiece in that first half. So the Senators go 1 of 4 as well, just like Loogootee from the stripe in the first 16 minutes for 25%. And they turn it over 6 times to the Senators, 4 in the first quarter and 2 in the second quarter of play. It was 9-4 Loogootee after the first quarter. The Senators battle back and they outscore the Lions 13-10 in that second frame to cut it to within 2 at 19-17 here at the break. Coach, we're going to get a break and we're going to let you come back and give the team statistics right after this word from Meadowview Healthcare.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Meadowview Health and Rehabilitation. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Meadowview, visit ascseniorcare.com or call 812-883-4681. That's 812-883-4681.
Welcome back beside Ron Smith Court here where your Senators trail at halftime by 2, 19-17. A few team stats. We got Senators really being patient on the offensive side, something we saw a lot more quick shots last night, and it shows in the percentage that they're getting better shots. 8 of 16 inside the arc for 50%. Can't buy one from outside, 0 for 4. And for 8 for 20 for 40% from the floor. You know, we had a couple really good looks from 3. They just Holden had one roll in and roll out. Parker had one where it's just short. But again, shooting 40% was a little bit better than what we saw last night. Again, you said 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Loogootee shooting just 6 of 16 from inside the arc for 38%. 2 for 7 from downtown for 29%. Total of 8 for 23 for 35%. Loogootee is winning the rebounding edge, 13-11. They had a couple of the infamous Moses Malones, throw it up on the board, get your own rebound, throw it up, get your own rebound. Although that happened to us a couple times too. But 13-11, pretty even rebounding edge. Like I said, steals. Loogootee has 4 steals, West Washington 1. West Washington 3 blocks to just 2 for Loogootee. Pretty even stats. We're shooting well, but again, just like last night where we played 1 quarter, that was 2 decent. You know, we just couldn't get anything to fall in the first quarter. But defensively, I thought that's 2 pretty good quarters. And if we're going to win this and come back, it's going to be on the defensive end.
Senators and Lions both making their way back out onto the floor for a quick warm-up session. Get a few shots up here before the start of this third quarter of play. That's been our stats and halftime report brought to you by McDonald's on South Main Street in Salem. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll come back and get you set for third quarter action right after this. You're listening to the Senators tonight on Salem's 1220 WSLM.
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, we're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
Back we come inside of the friendly confines here at Dr. T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium. About a half minute here to go before the start of the third quarter of play. And the Senators will start things off defensively to begin the quarter. Had it wrong here on the possession arrow, Coach. It was actually in Loogootee's favor, so they will have it to start the third quarter of play. But you got to wonder, I'm always curious and going inside the mind of a coach, and you have to think, whenever a coach acts and behaves erratically sometimes on the sideline, in a tight ball game, pressure's on you, not on the home team. As the road team, you've already knocked off Bar Reeve, a giant in 1A. It makes you wonder the way he chewed on these kids and these officials, what the locker room tone was like at the break.
Yeah, and it affects the officials too mentally sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out. Coach Lefevre really went into his guys before that second quarter, and it worked out for him. But then there's also been some times where a team can kind of go into a shell if you rip them too much.
And another kick as Coach Sullivan gets after Jake a little bit for his hustle. And meanwhile, on the kick, Adam Brown just about got Wilson tattooed on his forehead off that kick ball that went into the stands. Senators force a miss, and Holden will now push to the other end in traffic. Crosses over against Harder, takes a bump, couldn't get the basket. Tip in, went and go for Harrison. Got a rebound, and he's fouled on the offensive board. So the Senators break out the Windex bottles to start the third quarter of play. Keeping up with that blue-collar mentality. Foul will be on the Lions, the first of the half for either ball club, the first of the night for Peyton Bledsoe, and the Senators have it out of bounds. Underneath, they find Holden, hook shot way off the mark, off the top of the glass. Too much arch on that one. Harder has it out front, gives it off to Nante. Bauer takes a high post feed, gives it right back to Harder. Nante trying to look at Bauer, can't get it to him. Nice job of Harrison to kind of sag off. Kind of the same thing we had going at Mitchell, and an offensive foul. Holden sold it against Wildman. Draws the ire of some of the fans to our right, but Holden gets the Academy Award.
Can't extend no matter what.
He may have sold it, though, just a little bit.
He did. It's Oscar season.
6:56 and counting, third quarter, 19-17, another kick ball. A lot of people trying out for punter for the Senators, including some Lions. Maybe get a transfer.
Had a couple kicks. Jake's had a couple kicks. Jake's had a little bit more experience.
Get it out to Holden, three straight away. That one's short and off the mark. Bauer tracks it down. Good look, though, on the inbound set. 19-17, Lions up 2. Bauer sends it in the corner. Quickly kicked out by Wildman. And now in the corner, the freshman Bledsoe has to kick him out to Nante. Around the horn it goes again. Wildman will drive, shoots the floater, and left it short. Jake pulls the board, keeps it high and away from Wildman. And now Holden will push to Harrison. Stops, kicks it out to Parker. Didn't catch it clean, or he may have had a look at 3.
Yeah, it's just a little bit low and away, as Bob Euchre would say.
Parker catches out top again, spins, gets into the paint, dumps it to Jake. Jumper, baseline, in and out, no good. Harrison on the glass again, and another rebounding foul on the Lions. Harrison working that offensive glass. That'll be foul number 2 on the Lions here in the half, and this will go on Luke Nante, his first.
Harrison has 4 offensive boards on the night, 5 total.
Holden gets it, kicks it out to Chase. Holden sets the screen for Parker as he'll curl around now. Gives it up and gets it right back. Back to the 2-3 matchup look here. They'll come and kind of offer pressure and a little bit of a token trap. Parker on the 3, got it to go. Needed Parker to come alive here in the second half. He didn't score in the first 16 minutes of play. The Senators, though,
tried
their
to get
second
up the
lead of the
court
night at 20-19.
Super fast, and Holden did a nice job kind of deking in front of Wildman. Wildman loses out of bounds.
Second lead change of the night. Senators' first lead since it was 2-0 before that 9-0 run in the first quarter by the Lions. Jake controls against Bauer. He'll look to back him down in the paint. Spins, turns, takes contact. Got knocked to the floor. This one's going to go on the help side, and I think they're going to get Bledsoe for this one. This will be team foul number 4.
Got to do a better job on the line here, big dog. 1 for 4 in the first half.
See if he bends the knees, gets up on the toes, and finishes high in the cookie jar.
Ooh, cookie jar.
Got it.
It is Girl Scout cookie season, so
there you go.
It's very apropos.
Interesting note here. These guys think that Jake's foot was on the line. I don't know how they have that angle. Optical illusion, I guess. People up behind us here yelling Jake's foot was on the line.
They got better eyes than I got.
X-ray vision or zoom lens on their glasses, perhaps. 5:22 and counting. Senators enjoying a 22-19 lead. 3-point cushions, their largest of the night. Again, they led it 2-0, and that was their only lead until just moments ago. Rebound comes off to Wildman. Good hustle. Nante with it on the far side. Looks at a cutter through the paint. They'll feed down low. Bledsoe to Bauer, and that's too easy. Bauer's got 4. And a quiet night for him. Lions cut the Senator lead to 1 as it is 22-21. Senators in front. 4:48 and counting third quarter. Jake with the post. Had Bauer pinned, but we couldn't dump it down to him. Nice back cut by Harrison. Couldn't finish the reverse. Senators got to hustle and retreat quickly. Jalen Wildman will check in. Next dead ball for Loogootee. 4.5 to play in the third. 22-21. Senators and Coach Sullivan barking out to Jake, 3-quarter front. And Jake comes up with the steal. Turnover number 7 here for the Lions. Coach Haywood looks a bit upset and bewildered once again on the Loogootee sideline.
Yeah.
And then a travel for Parker as he gives it right back on turnover number 7 for the homestanding Senators. Jalen Wildman checks in. Jordan Wildman out. 4:12 to go, third quarter. In 22-21, Senators in front by 1. They have absolutely battled here. Win or lose, if this stays close, I like our odds if we could ever get back to Jack Butcher. This is what I wanted to see out of our guys. Not lay down if they go on a run, which they did.
And we'll see more. I mean, there's gonna be a few runs here. A lot of time left.
Got to be it. I started to say, Jake finally got him out. It's a 3-second call. Loogootee fans are wearing me out.
Are they as bad as New Wash?
They're on the level, Coach. Second foul on Jake.
Team
foul number 1 of the half. Bauer drives in out of control against Jake.
That's going to be another quick one against Jake. So this is where things get interesting. Third foul.
32, Jake Grant, his third, second.
I don't know. It's a questionable thing. Wall up. You're flirting with fire there. Jake could have picked up his 4th. 3.5 to play. 22-21. Senators escape that possession with the lead. Holden controls on the far side. Jake tries to run it down. And Bauer dunks it 2 hands, hangs on the rim for a minute. Little hot dogging going on. 23-22. And Jake underneath finishes with the hook shot. He's got 11. 24-23. Senators back out in front. 4th lead change, 1 tie. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Coach Sullivan was begging for a travel. Ball poked away by Holden. This gentleman on the top row.
I think that's Jack Butcher's grandpa.
It looks like it could be Jack Butcher's grandpa. That's all I'll say about that. 2:50 to go, third quarter. Timeout on the floor is a full timeout for Coach Sullivan and the Senators, so we'll step aside and take one as well and come back with more third quarter action right after this.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Back out of the corner, or out of the timeout break, rather. Jake was complaining something with his leg or his knee. I think he took a couple of aspirin or ibuprofen real quick there at the break. He was the last one off the bench. Playing with those 3 personals, 2:40 and counting, third quarter. They'll swing it cross court. Harder had a chance at a 3, passed it up. Bledsoe with it, looking to give it up, does. And now Nante will bring it back out under 2.5 to play in the third. 24-23, Senators up by 1.
It's a nice little chess match. He put Harrison on Bauer now instead of Jake.
Not sure I wouldn't let Jake just kind of stand back and roam free. He's on Nante now and giving him plenty of space. Look for a back cut. And Parker working against Bledsoe. He missed it. Bledsoe went over the back. And now both of these coaches, Haywood and Sullivan, giving these guys an earful. 203. Talk about Jack Butcher's grandpa being in the stands. No, here. Jake underneath, wide open, took a pump, had it blocked off the backboard. Chase on the ping pong. It flies into the backcourt. Bauer tries to check it down. Parker comes up with it instead. Harrison has it. He drives off to Jake. Skips it cross court to Holden. Back out top it goes to Parker. Things start to get a little frenzied. Minute 35 to go, and then a reach out front on the hand check by Nante. Hey, if you've got some shirts to pass out, I'll be more than happy to let you take over to finish the third, and I'll go give the stripes to the guys up here behind us. Everyone's a critic. Holden drives, leaves it off to Jake, baseline, left side, gets it back. 125 and counting. 24-23, Senators in front. Hey, we're playing into their hands, you know. Loogootee made a living off a butcher ball for how long? Holden missed the wide open layup, though. Low scoring affair. Nante will push in transition. The freshman Bledsoe for 3, got it to go. His first points of the night are timely. 5th lead change. Loogootee back in front, 26-24. Lead change number 5. We've had one tie as well. Harrison controls it out front, back out to Holden. Like to have that layup back.
I know he's really struggled in this third quarter. He's 0 for 4 in this quarter.
Holden has it.
2 layups.
3-man handoff weave out top.
Can't
40
worry about
seconds to play.
drawing the contact or getting that block. Go strong.
Harrison thought about going, does, gets into the paint, took contact, no foul again. And Bledsoe comes up with the board. 30 seconds to go, and they'll go 5 out here. And Loogootee will try to hold for 1. See if we can dig deep here. Keep Jake from getting his 4th. Coach is saying stay in his grill. Parker on the freshman. Seen several freshman scores. Underneath, Hart bobbled it against Farmer. Late whistle counted and 1. And Hart has been an absolute thorn in our side here tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he has, and he came in. He didn't score a lot last year, but I was looking back to last year's spot sheet. So he did have 5 or 6 rebounds. So he's a muscular kid. I mean, he's just 6'1", but he is muscular. But he does a good job controlling his body as well.
Hedrick checks in. Bauer checks out with the 2 personals. He's had a clean third quarter. 6 seconds to go. Hart at the free throw line. Free throw is up and good. He's got 5. 29-24. Holden gets it into the front court. Bumped. Leaves it for Harrison. 3 ball on the way in and out. No good. As time's going to expire, the Senators will go into the fourth quarter trailing Loogootee 29-24. And what's been an epic battle here tonight. Come back with fourth quarter action right after this word from El Camino Restaurant.
Start the new year with some free food from your friends at El Camino's in Salem. Come in and get a free taco Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. only. When you purchase any of our taco meals, you'll get an extra taco for free. Promotion valid online purchases or dine-in. Check out all the great meals and deals through the week at El Camino's in Salem. Follow them on Facebook or keep your radios tuned to WSLM for more great specials. Call 812-586-0199 or stop in at 403 South Main Street in Salem. Open 11 to 9 Sunday through Thursday and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Senators look to battle this one out here. 8 more minutes to the finish, down 5 at 29-24. They have battled hard here tonight, though.
They have battled and played hard. Like you said, it's a wonder only scoring 4 points in the first quarter and 7 in the third that would be this close. That tells me they're playing really well defensively.
Parker with the drive, left side takes contact, couldn't get the shot to go. Harrison fights for the board and crashes to the floor. Loogootee out with it on the run. Nante into the paint. Skies had his shot blocked from behind, and it's another delayed whistle. Business picks up here as Farmer will pick up his third, so Chase and Jake with 3 apiece.
This is a little dangerous time right now. We were up, 24-23. They've scored 6 in a row, 7 in a row. Nante hits his first.
Nante's got 5 on the night, hadn't scored since the first quarter. 30-24, make it 31.
Gotta stop the
gets them
bleeding
both.
here. Down 7. You can't let this thing balloon to double figures the way this game is going.
8-0 run. They'll lob it down to Jake. He takes contact from Bauer. No call. Rebound comes off to the freshman Bledsoe. Nante now slows it up, and he'll give it off to Hart. Back to Bledsoe. Picked up by Parker with a tough assignment defensively. Hart again in the paint. Works against Farmer in the 3 personals. They go underneath, and Holden fouls Jalen Wildman, who beat him to the spot. Holden will pick up his first team foul, number 5, I believe. So both teams with 5 personals, inching closer to bonus basketball from the stripe. 7:14 to go, 31-24. It's a 8-0 run. Make it a 9-0 run. Lions starting to gain some space here at the stripe. Jalen Wildman now with 7. He'll look for number 8. 2 triples and a free throw in his hip pocket. And he gets them both. So the Lions 5 for 5 from the stripe in this half after just 1 of 4 in the first half. 33-24. It is now a 10-0 run for Loogootee. Jake catches again in the paint, goes strong, got mugged on the double that time. Nice patience by Jake. Team foul number 6 on Loogootee.
Third for Bauer.
And Bauer picks up his third, so things start to get really interesting now. See if Jake can knock down free throws.
Yep, 7 minutes to go, down 9. You can't miss any more free throws.
Senators are just a 60% team from the stripe. Jake on the year, a 61% shooter, and he wills that one in. And Haywood back to griping again. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. Surely didn't think that someone else was shooting the ball. If you can't tell Jake
he was
from
saying that Hart fouled him, not.
Gotcha. Well, I think to be fair, he got mugged by both of them.
Yeah,
Jake knocks them both down. That stops a 10-0 run by Loogootee, and then a travel at the other end. So
good job by Chase on ball defending there. He kind of got in the passing lane and drug his foot. Big score here, big possession.
Yep, 2 free throws, a quick turnover, and the Senators back in business, down just 7, with just under 7 to go. Holden finds Parker. They'll go to Jake. Jake had it poked away by Hart, and this guy, he's like the fly at the family picnic. He just won't quit landing on your plate.
Yeah, he's got 5 rebounds, 2 offensive, a deflection, assist.
Farmer gets it in, gives it to Harrison, back out to Holden. Rises, kicks out. Parker, 3, bang, got it to go. second triple of the night for Parker. 33-29, a little 5-0 spurt here for the Senators. 33-29, 4-point ball game. Cheer block starts to chant for Parker. They like what they see. They want more of it from Parker. A lot of cutters through the paint, 5 out. Can't fall asleep here. That's a long time to play butcher ball. Tapping into some of their heritage here. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth.
I think this is totally fine with 5:56 to go. Maybe they'll make a mistake.
Drive by Hart, got it to go. 7 for Hart. 35-29, 6-point ball game.
Might be their most valuable player right now.
I agree.
Off the bench.
Holton gets the flare from Chase on the screen, can't get free. They go to Parker, picked up by Nante. Now back to the left side to Harrison. Back to Parker. Green lets another one fly, and this one in and out, no good. And Bauer all alone, and then Nante nearly loses the handle on the outlet. Gamble again. Jake trying to come up with the steal. And Harrison tries to wall up, but Jake put him in a bad spot. 8 points for Bauer, 37-29, back to an 8-point game. Harrison looks to drive, takes contact off the window, counted and one for Harrison. 37-31. 6-point game, and Harrison at the line where he's just a 56% shooter, 10 of 18 on the year.
So he's had some streaks where he's hit 3 or 4 in a row.
First one and only one on this trip is up
Especially
and
in the
good.
fourth quarter. He seems like he's really confident in the fourth quarter.
Senators, time to tighten the laces again defensively. 37-32. Coming up on the halfway point of this fourth quarter. A lot of pass and cut, a lot of run and chase for the Senators defensively, trying to wear out the starting 5 that's went the distance. Jake steps out on Bauer. I'd say give the big man space. Don't chase him out there, Jake.
Yeah, there's no way he should be out past the 3-point line.
No. Nice backdoor cut. And it is Jalen Wildman who gets himself free. He's got 9 off the bench. Another unsung hero, 39-32. Hart trying to do a full front and did on Jake. Parker now will drive and he'll draw contact.
It'll be 1-and-1.
That's team foul number 7. So here we go. 4:09 to play. Senators in the bonus the rest of the way. First team to get into the bonus. That is the 3rd foul on Luke Nante. So Nante and Bauer with 3 apiece, and Parker soaks the first free throw. He's got 7 on the night. Just a 48% free throw shooter. And Haywood says every time we cut, we're getting hit. Well, you know what? You can get bumped on a cut.
Yes.
I'd say, you know what? If you don't like it, don't run the pass and slash, because that's what you're asking for against a physical team that's not afraid of you. Timeout on the floor, 4:09 to go. Full timeout for Coach Sullivan and the Senators. We'll step aside here from Papa John's and come back with more fourth quarter action right after this.
Hi, this is Sean Lehman, your general manager of your Papa John's in Salem, Indiana. Monday Madness back again with a great carryout special from your local Salem Papa John's. Call in today and ask for our large one-topping pizzas for $7.99 on Mondays only. Order online or call 812-883-3369 today. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Great game, great effort from this starting 5 for the Senators that have went the distance. No subs have played in this one tonight. It's been this starting 5 that's drawn the tough task of trying to take down a Loogootee team that, again, just 2 weeks ago beat Bar Reeve. So great statement here by the Senators showing that they can play with Loogootee, and if they can play with Loogootee, that tells me they can play with Josh Thompson's Bar Reeve Vikings if they can get to Jack Butcher Arena come March. Senators down 5 at 39-34, and what a great game and a young test for a young coach, Clayton Sullivan. see what he worked up here in this timeout. Let's see what kind of adjustments are made maybe defensively.
Yeah, and again, you know, you're going to see the I would assume still the spread and the cutting. Let's see what Coach does. I mean, if we could have just hit just a couple of shots in that third quarter, boy, this would be really, really interesting.
A running trap. Wildman looks to spin, got away with a little two-step as he kicked out. They're passing and running a double cutter. A lot of backdoor, a lot of Princeton-style offense. A lot of pass, backdoor cuts. Just looping guys through. And Nante gets it, leaves it off for Hart. Chase walls up, so does Harrison. They force the miss, but he got his own rebound. Misses a second one. Jake comes up with the board. Senators in business, 39-34. Harrison controls on the wing, left side. Looks at Holden off of the flare cut from the screen. Parker now gets it. Gives it to Harrison. I think you go back to Parker here against Nante with three. Instead, Jake backs down against Hart. Throws one up, and Chase there to fight for it, and they're going to say last touched by Peyton Bledsoe.
These guys never met a call they liked up here.
It's exhausting, Coach. Back to the shoelace issue again. Clever way of maybe stealing a breather here. Nante cannot keep that shoe tied. Parker to inbound. They get it into Holden. He turns off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Tough shot. Would not fall. 3 minutes to go. 39-34. Senators down 5. Outside defense. Chase nearly comes up with the steal. And then Loogootee saves the possession with a quick timeout. 30-second timeout by Loogootee. 2:49 to go.
30-second timeout.
Step aside 10 seconds here for station identification and come back right after that.
When you're listening to IU Sports, you need to be locked in on WSLM 97.9 FM, your home for IU Sports.
Welcome back beside Ron Smith Court here. Got an exciting finish for you, 2:49. Senators trail by 5. Got to get something going here defensively, 39-34, 2:49 to go. It's been an epic battle. Like I said, there's been people diving on the floor. We're really struggling to shoot the ball in the second half. We were 1 for 9 in the third quarter from inside the arc, 2 for 12 total. Just struggling to, if we could have hit a couple shots, we'd probably have the lead.
Just looking at the scouting report, if you look down the list here, Bauer's just a 67% free throw shooter. He's the worst free throw shooter on the floor right now. Harder's a 50% shooter, but he's on the pine. So if you're going to look to foul, I think you make the big man shoot the free throws. Lions playing keep away right now. Nante gets into the paint again and dribbles out of trouble. Going to get to a point here when you get under. And here we go with the complaining again on the bump through the paint. So obnoxious. Harrison will get whistled for the foul out front. That'll be his second. Team foul number 6. I think maybe at the 2-minute mark or just under, then you start looking at if Bauer catches without maybe.
Can't be Jake though, right? He's got 4.
3, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's still with 3, but then you'd have to do a switch and put Harrison back on him.
Right.
See, I think if he catches again, we're under 2 minutes to go. I think if he catches again, you go to him based on the scout, or you put the freshman at the line. He's got it. Now we go. Minute 50. All we're doing is running and losing energy in the legs here a little bit. Next time it goes to him, you got a foul. Now. Coach just called out purple 21. He wanted the foul on Bauer, and instead they're going to foul Nante, which is a 74% free throw shooter with exactly 90 seconds to play. It's got to be Bauer. We had 3 opportunities, Coach.
Nante's 2 for 2 tonight. 3 for 3 all in this quarter. Yeah, Wildman was 2 for 4. Harder's not on the. Yeah, and Bauer hasn't even been to the line, so it was, the first time you go, sometimes it's a struggle bus too.
It's the wrong guy. Knocked them both down, 41-34. This reminds me of watching the end of the Michigan State-Wisconsin game. Michigan State just ran out of time, and they had to hit some tough shots. The way these guys
Everything
play.
is a travel for these guys.
Yeah. Parker into the paint, spins, hook shot, will not go. Rebound fought for, and it comes off to the freshman. And then a reaching foul on Harrison in the backcourt. His third, team foul number 7. So we'll put the freshman at the line. 70 seconds to play.
15 inside the arc this half.
Say that again.
2 for 15.
On the line, 1 bonus, 33,
Freshman to the line, and he missed it. It's his first attempt of the night. Bledsoe's got just 3 at that 3-pointer in the third quarter. Parker on the screen, got it to go, and a quick timeout. These guys were yelling for a moving screen, and we had our feet in cement. 41-37. It's a 4-point game with 59.1.
Need him to miss a couple more free throws, don't we?
Yeah, I think you go after the freshman, or it's got to be Bauer unless he takes him out. 59.1 on the clock. Full timeout. We'll step aside. And we'll come back right after this word from Ace Hardware.
Odds are there's an Ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Our team at Ace Hardware of Salem is here to answer your questions and help you find what you need. Stop in today and see why we're your home convenience store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back out of the timeout for Coach Sullivan and company after the Parker Green 3. 59.1 to go on the game reset. Both teams in the bonus with 8 personals apiece in the half. Loogootee will have the baseline to run. It'll be Jordan Wildman to inbound. He'll go on the give and go out of bounds. Nante gets it. He throws it back in to Wildman as they work against full court pressure. 50 seconds to go. Got to run and jump here. We got a trap on in the backcourt. And then a travel. I don't even know about that one, Coach.
3 here, 41-37, 47.8.
Jordan Wildman checks out.
Make this interesting.
Turnover number 4 of the half and 9th of the game for the Lions. Got to go quick, though, here. Rolling up on 40 seconds to play. They look at Jake inside, now to Chase. Chase gives it on the handoff to Holden, back to Parker. 3, got it to go! His 4th triple of the night, and that is the last timeout to be used up here. 41-40, Parker, sniper.
Still, this has been a big discussion, like on ESPN, Bleacher Report. When you're down at this point of the game, 30 seconds to go, you're down. Do you go ahead and foul now, or do you try to get the turnover first? You know, that's and obviously I don't know why it's a big discussion. If it happened in a game or something, I don't know. But I know I've read 2 articles in the last 2 days about it. At this point, even tied, they're talking about foul, so you have the ball on the last possession. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the situation, but here's what I'll say. As quick as their guards are, and as good as they've been away, cutting away from the ball,
right?
I just think if you don't get it immediately
you've
got to give it, no matter who it is. They're asking for it now. Jalen Wildman has it. He gives it up to Nante, and Nante's going to get fouled quickly by Farmer. That'll be his fourth.
Should have gave it up a little sooner. I don't like this guy's 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. And like you said, you have to do it immediate. They had a guy wide open underneath the goal. If they'd have just found him, it's easy to. Now they got to go to the line.
41-40, 23 seconds to go. Nante hits the first. Ice water in the veins. The sophomore, 5 of 5 on the night. He's got 9 points. Next one to put him into double figures. And it's on the way, and that one rims out. Chase gets the rebound. First miss of the night. Put the Hex on. 42-40. Chance for the Senators here. Down 2. Parker has it. We don't have a timeout. Jake has it down low. Spins, takes contact, but he'll go to the line. Had a chance to finish off the window and left it short. 11.1. A lot of pressure here on the big dog. 42-40. Senators down 2. 11.1 on the clock. No timeouts in the hip pocket for Coach Sullivan. He's used them all up. And the first one's up and good. 42-41. Senators down 1.
Make you play. Miss, you got to foul immediately.
It's got to be immediate. If he misses this, you hack whoever comes down with the rebound. And he rattles them both home. Senators to guard, full court, Wildman. And it's going to be a quick timeout with 8.5 seconds to play. 42-42. This starting 5 have battled all night long.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for. Coach was looking for better effort and better, leadership and better, like you said, just toughness from last night, and he's got it.
Tell you what, we've ran through all the sponsors, so we'll keep it right here. We will pause 10 seconds quickly for station identification. You're listening to the Senators tonight on Salem's 1220.
When you're listening to IU Sports, you need to be locked in on WSLM 97.9 FM, your home for IU Sports.
On the game reset, 8.5 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Timeout Loogootee. Tie ball game at 42 apiece off of 2 made free throws by the big dog, Jake Strange. Both teams have 9 personal fouls, so the next for either will put their opponent in the double bonus. Coach Haywood had plenty of timeouts to use up, so he burns a full. See what he drew up here. They'll have it out of bounds, just into the front court, across the way, right in the middle of the Ron Smith court logo or lettering. Loogootee's still got plenty of timeouts if they can't get the ball in.
Hart, Bauer.
It's a box set. They'll screen across.
They've been the guys.
Hart gets it in the corner. They slip Bauer underneath. He missed it. And then a follow goes for Wildman. Holden will heave it three-quarter court and couldn't get it to go. So they get Bauer underneath. Bauer misses, and Jalen Wildman, the unsung hero, off the bench with the tip in with 4 seconds to go. Senators did not have a timeout. Holden gets a shot at it just beyond half court, and it's a little long, but what a battle tonight. The Senators have proved that they are postseason ready here, I think, just for the simple fact that, you wonder what's a team got left in them after getting blown out by 22 last night in a poor performance from the second quarter on. Well, tonight they took a team that beat Bar Reeve to the wire and had them on their heels.
Yeah, and like I said, that team had beaten Bar Reeve, and honestly, it comes down to those. They got a second chance opportunities, and in a scramble situation like that, you see it happen at all levels. We just couldn't find him, put a body on him, got that tip in. But again, as poorly as I thought we battled last night in the final 3 quarters, we had 4 quarters of it. Tonight was just a simple fact that there were times where it just would not fall. Holden was 0 for 5 in the second half alone. We just needed to make a few more shots.
Senators falling a heartbreaker here tonight, but it was a gritty performance, what we had been looking for. out of this group. And kudos to that starting five that went the distance in a wire-to-wire finish here tonight. 44-42, Senators fall by 2 on their home floor, but you got to like the fight and the grit, and I'll take that. We talked about controlling attitude and effort. Those are things that you can control, and we brought both tonight.
Absolutely, and we talked about it last night. This is a tough stretch of 5 games where you could conceivably lose all 5 games, and you're talking about Mitchell, at North Harrison, tough Loogootee. You got Crawford County, who's been a thorn in our side over the last few years. Scottsburg's been really improved the last couple of years. You know, you could lose all of those, but you want to improve each other. You want to make sure if you lose that you've improved, and it helps you come tournament time. We improved tonight. We battled, and I think we improved. It's just a matter of making some shots.
Yep. Step aside. We'll take a break here from a couple of our sponsors, McDonald's and Rodney Bruff Insurance Agency, and we'll come back for our Senator post-game wrap-up here from the Ron Smith Court. You're listening to Senator Basketball tonight on Salem's 12.
At American Family Insurance, we know your life has many moving parts, from your 4 wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family. We'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For details, contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency, Incorporated. Call 812-277-1400 or stop by 1528 L Street in Bedford today.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight, alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Inside the friendly confines, Senators fall on a heartbreaker here tonight. We may have an opportunity for another Lion Slayer moment as the Senators come down the floor and had a chance, of course, to tie it. We did, courtesy of a couple of big foul shots by Jake. You just go back and you think about that. They were really all over Parker, not wanting to let him get free because he had the hot hand with 3 triples in the fourth alone. 4 from downtown overall in the ball game. But I tell you what, again, kudos. And I know from a personal standpoint, and I'm sure it's been easy to tell if you've listened to the broadcast, the last couple of games at Mitchell and at North Harrison last night, I've been super frustrated. And it's not that I'm, quote, down on the boys. It's not that I don't believe in them or this coaching staff. For me, it's all about how hard do you battle. And when you don't see a team controlling that attitude and effort, whether you're down or not, that's what's frustrating for me. That's what I can't take as a competitor, because you can always battle and you can always fight. And as long as you're willing to do that, you got a chance. And they showed and they proved that tonight, that as long as you battle, you got a chance. And they had a chance right down to the very end against a great Loogootee team.
Right. And like I said, the talent's there. Obviously, But like you said, you've got to have to win championships. You've got to have that fight. You have to have that A&E, as we always say, attitude and effort, and you have to have some guts sometimes. And we sure showed it tonight. And that's like I said, we could have very easily. This team, ranked 7th, something like that, or I don't know what they are at Harrell's site or the coaches. The coaches, I know they're definitely top 10. When they went on a little run there, I think they got up by. Did they get up by double digits at one point? 9. I know they got up by 9.
I think it got to 9 and halted there.
And it really could have steamrolled or snowballed like last night in that second quarter where they just went crazy on us. But we battled back and we kept battling. We kept it at that 4 or 5 point margin. Especially, and that's what it was after the third. It was 29-24 after the third. And within, I think, maybe a minute 20, it was 5 points.
Yeah.
And so you could have given up there. So absolutely, I agree with you. Kudos to the staff. And like I said, I'm sure some people want us to be more like what do they say, the Homer,
sure.
Radio people or live stream. But that's just, as coaches, we're just not built that way.
Yeah.
We see when a team's not bad, not playing hard or not giving the effort. So
it's maddening.
Yeah, and I'm sure, obviously, listening to the coach after the game last night, it was maddening for him too. It's not just football coaches. I mean, basketball coaches hate that. See that any type of coach. But tonight, I'm really proud of him, and it would not have surprised me at all if that last half-court heave went.
Right.
Because that's the way they were playing.
You thought it was a sound bite against Salem. You'd have got the Lion Slayer again for sure. I may have come over the top of the counter if he'd have knocked in
absolutely
that half-court heave. But tonight the Senators fall in a heartbreaker. 44-42, got the stop against Bauer, but with 4 seconds left from the backside, it's Jalen Wildman who sneaks in with the tip-in rebound off the glass for the game winner. Holden had a shot, though, at it from just beyond half court, and it was just a little too hard. What a birthday present that would have been for that young man. But the Senators dropped their third straight, now 10-4 on the year. Meanwhile, with the